How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Lost in the Mountains. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, Lost in the Mountains is a completely fictional location set in the mountains by a river. There you will find fields, forests on terrain with relief, and also a large waterfall. If you are setting out as a new farmer, in addition to your farm, you will have 2 open paddocks for your cows and a warehouse for bales and pallets. Lost in the Mountains contains 30 plots, 20 fields ranging in size from 0.40 hectares to 7.07 hectares, 20 cartridges to collect, compatible with DLC and precision farming. Have fun and make these mountains your home. There are mods required for this map, starting with the Sawmill by Zuddlezocht, Biotank by Grimlock RRC, and the Lizard 6205 pack by Grimlock RRC. This map was created by Grimlock RRC and is 171.14 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. It is a miniature map, does not take up the full 2x by 2x space. You start out here towards the southern portion of it by the river and in town. You start out by owning farmland number 2, which includes the main farmland right here in the middle, a field in the north, and a field in the south. The 2 fields that you own have no product on them whatsoever. You cannot purchase all of the map, and you also have a couple of animal pastures. Those are cow pastures to start out with. Contracts are available on this map. You do have a greenhouse available to you right off the bat, and there are collectibles on this map, 20 of them to be precise. If we take a look at the mods specific to this map, there is nothing under the buy menu. Now, if we go down to the mods and DLCs, you will see there is the Lizard 6205 pack, but that's part of the required mods, not a part of the mods specific to this map. But if we take a look at the build menu under sheds, scroll all the way to the right, you will see Lost in the Mountains, 2 of them right here. These are mods specific to this map. If we take a look at silos, you will also see, Lost in the Mountains, this old silo here. There is nothing under silo extensions. Under containers, you will see the wind pump right there. Nothing under tools and nothing under farmhouses. If we take a look at productions, there's nothing under factories, nothing under selling points, but under greenhouses, you do have the greenhouse right here specific to this map. Nothing for orchards and nothing for generators. Now looking under cows, you will see cows has a couple pastures right here, and there's nothing for horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, but surprisingly enough, under bees, there are several mods specific to this map right here, and nothing under others. Under decorations, there's nothing under this whole tab, nothing under fences, lights, or others. And then lastly, under landscaping and painting, we do have several additional swatches here. Nothing under trees and nothing under plants. Now, if we take a look around, we will start here in the southern portion of the map. We're going to walk on over to our first point of interest. Right over here, up this ramp, we have the bakery. You can purchase this for $45,000. Input here, output there. Now running to the next one. Tucked around the backside over here. This is the supermarket sell point right there. And in here, we have the shop trigger. And behind me, the repair trigger right there. And now, because we're at the kind of southern portion of the map, everything's at our main farm. I'm going to actually go ahead and purchase some transport to make it around to the rest of the map. So we're just going to purchase a truck. There we go. And now we can kind of head around the rest of the map. Let's pan out a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on around here. Here we'll make a right. Now coming up here we do have several points of interest, but I'm going to drive past them to make it to the very last one on this stretch of road, and then we'll backtrack and see them all along the way. So right here to my right, this is the restaurant sell point. Go ahead and turn around and start taking in the rest. Right here to my right, that is the biotank sell point. Now, this is a sell point where you can sell off your manure, slurry, digestate, seeds, solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. To the left is a gas station. To my right is the warehouse sell point with a wood cell trigger. Going up this road, we'll make a right. And then tucked away back here, this is the carpentry. You can purchase this for $60,000. We have our input with a wood cell trigger here, and our output tucked away in the back here. And directly in front of me is one of our starting fields right there. Now coming up here. Now this is where the terrain starts to get interesting. Check this out. Have some foot traffic all along these little back roads here. Here we are. Whoops. We are at our main farm, our starting farm. And because we're at our starting farm, let's take a look at our starting equipment. So if we go under the buy menu, under own items, under small tractors, we have a Fendt Favorite 515C. Under medium tractors, a Lizard 150 automatic. Harvesters, a Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H. Cars, we start out only with the Lizard Pickup 1986. We purchased the Lizard Pickup 2017 to get around the map. We have under trailers the Rudolph TDK 301RP header for the Deutz-Fahr. Plows, we have the Pottinger Servo 25. Cultivators, the Raby EG39. Seeders, the Nordstein HK 25 NS3030. Planters, the Agrimaz Falcon 3. Mowers, we have the K-Brand GMD 4411. Tedders, the K-Brand GF8712. Windrowers, the K-Brand GA4731. Forage wagons, the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. Under animals, a Joskin Aquatrans 7300S. Front loaders, we have a Hauer XB 150. Front loaders, tools, we have the Albert Bale Spike. Header trailers, for the Deutz-Fahr, we have a trailer for the header. And under weights, we have an AGCO 1500 and a 10-Winkle Pack 1000. There we go. Now, over here, we have our starting greenhouse. Just our typical stuff that we can put in, water in, and products out. Input is right there. And you can see output right up front. Over here, it's our starting truck right there. Sleep trigger. Wardrobe trigger. Have your silo right over here with an input output. Fuel tank right here. You can purchase your fuel. You have your bale and pallet storage right here. Room for 250. Some additional storage for a lot of your equipment tucked away in here. And that's pretty much it for your starting farm. You get a little bit more area up on top of the hill over here. I will show you that. Oops, wrong vehicle. tucked away up here, this is the wind pump. This is a place where you should be able to come up and get water. Hence the reason why your Aquatrans trailer is right here. Over here, we have a bunch of our beehives and a honey pallet spawn point right there. And then just over here, we have, up this last part of the mountain, a couple of cow pastures. We have room for 60 cows in each. Water here, feed here, your milk will come out here, and same for here, but in reverse. Again, another 60 cows, and it is really cool when they pop out here because there's no fencing or anything. They just kind of wander around these little plateau areas here and here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now let's go back to the truck and take a look at the last of the points of interest. So I'll head down the mountain just a little bit. There we go. Down and around here. Getting ready to pass by our other starting field right there to my left. And now tucked away over here, starting with right here, we have our animal dealer. You can see the non-animated cows here, but I do like that there's at least some kind of visual representation. We have our animal dealer. This is the location you can come up to purchase animals directly, or you can use this same icon up at the pastures or any other pens and pastures you have pre-installed on the map. As you can see, come here, pasture 1, pasture 2, and we can load directly into them. But if you load directly into them, I will show you, you will incur an additional fee. As you can see, down at the bottom right hand corner there, it says price and fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer takes it from this location and delivers it for you. Now, to save that money, you can come to this location, go over that specific icon with an animal trailer and load directly into the animal trailer and then transport the animals yourself. You'll save that fee, and as you saw, it gets really expensive. For an adult cow, it's $100 per cow, and it ranges based on size and also by animals. So we have room for 120 cows. That's a lot of money just to pay in a delivery fee if you're getting all 120 all at once. So might be worth saving that money. Now over here we have the sawmill. You can purchase a sawmill for $125,000. We have our input here, wood cell trigger here, and we have an output right here. I'm pretty sure, yep, that is it. We've got one more point of interest, and then we'll take a look at the map and show where we've been and what we saw. Tucked away all the way back here, the last piece of this particular map's puzzle. This is the Cascade Silo. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the map and show where we've been and what we've seen. So we started right about here. We went up to the bakery, came back down, we saw the supermarket sell point, the shop trigger, and the repair trigger. Bought a truck here, we came out and about all the way down to here. We saw the restaurant, the biotank sell point, the gas station, the warehouse, went up and around to here. We saw the carpentry, went up the side of the mountain, up to the main starting farm. We saw the greenhouse, the sleep trigger, and the wardrobe trigger. We saw the bale and pallet storage right there. We also saw the fuel tank as well as the silo. Then came out to here. We saw all the bees and the honey pallet spawn point, combining words there. We then saw the wind pump, and then came over to saw the 2 cow pastures right here on top of the hill. We then came back out and around out to about here. We saw our secondary field over here, up to the animal dealer, to the sawmill, and then lastly to the Cascade silo. Now, we're at the end of the tour. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as always, and let me just start with this. How cool is that? It is just a little feature. It has nothing to do with the map and the whole practical gameplay aspect, but this is really nice. Like, that's a really, like, come over here, sit down, and enjoy, some lunch right there next to the waterfall. Just absolutely lovely. And then you take a look around, and there's just more gorgeous views, awesome terrain. The flowers start to push the boundaries of cartoon. Like, we're right on top of that line, in my opinion. We haven't crossed it just yet, but we got our toes just right up there. But the map is solid. I think that this is a very, very nice map. This is going to be a map where you can pretty much do it all. And what's amazing, what I really like about this map, before I get going too far, is that it's a small map. It is not a full-size map, as I've already shown. You can see pretty much the 2x goes out to here, to here. Like, these are like the boundaries of a normal 2x map, and you can see just kind of in scale how small this map is. But because of the terrain, because of the road network, how nothing is really direct, it feels massive. Like, it feels really large, and then you got people just kind of walking around the entirety of the map. I like it. I really, really like it. I love the starting farm. I love that it's like right on top of the mountain kind of thing, that you're just kind of tucked away in there. But this map is going to have a little something for everybody. If you are a person who loves cutting down trees, you're going to have plenty of trees to cut down. If you're a person who just loves to do farming, that's going to be plenty of that too. Plenty of it. Yeah, the terrain awesome. The color palette, with the exception of the flowers, is very solid. I love the way that the trees kind of set within the hillside. And like I said, it's gonna be for the tree trimmers amongst us. It's gonna be some struggles in some areas, because there's a lot of terrain and a lot of really steep angles to work with. So you're gonna have trees that are gonna want to roll away from you. And now see, look at that kind of border that they have here. This is the benefit of us having a small map. That's the perimeter of the entire map, but it actually looks like it's just part of the ongoing terrain. It doesn't get that kind of blocky, like, off-screen kind of feel. Like, if we look here, I mean, it just looks like the map just continues on in this direction, and it's really, really nice. It's really solid, and I like that. That is the one benefit to having a non-2x map, is that you can enjoy a extended field of view beyond where the map borders are. And I like that. I really do like that. That is definitely a benefit. And what's really nice, this is the first time where I can actually say this with 100% honesty. No, not honesty. 100% conviction. Sometimes you'll see maps, and they have these kind of large relief areas kind of going all the way around the map. And on this particular map, it actually makes sense. It actually makes sense. You have these huge hills and mountains just going all over the place. Having more hills and mountains on the border of the map to kind of look like you're hemmed into a valley makes sense. It doesn't seem out of place. On other maps, it seems way out of place and just completely off-putting. But this one is not like that one. This one really does do a good job at making it feel like this map just continues on to go places. It's really nice. I really, really like it. Yeah, it just solid map. So what would I give this out of a scale of 0 to 5? Well, I would give this every bit of a 4.5. Every bit. The only thing that's kind of taken it out for me of not being a 5-star map, two very small things. One, the flowers. The flowers, like I said, were borderline cartoon, and it's really kind of, I don't know, really hard to not feel that. Like, if there was just a little less in the ways of the flowers and the colors all throughout the map, like, even if it's fine to have these colors, the reds, the pinks, the blues, the purples, that's all fine. Have them spread out just a little bit so that it's not like, you know, boom, 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 and it's all over the place. It's all over the place. So it just, that's what that cartoon feel I'm talking about is that it just feels like it's everywhere, that you just stepped right into, you know, a cartoon. But that's really small on this particular map because I think so many other things kind of work themselves out in response. But the other thing that I'm not crazy about, and this is the first time, the first map where I've really kind of thought that this was an issue. The fields don't have driveways leading up to them. This, I know that seems really, really small, and it is. It's incredibly, incredibly small. But I'm going to use this field coming up here as an example. We have this driveway leading right to here, and it just stops. It just stops. You have all this area here that would have, you know, a lane or something. Now, the one thing I will say, which is good, because we can't purchase all the areas. That's a bummer. I don't like that you can't purchase all the areas. That's the other, so that's 3 things. But the map maker gave us good borders around each one of our fields. Each one of these fields has a little bit of a border around them to where if you so choose, you can go into the build menu and you can make those little lanes. So small complaint, but those 3 things kind of added up to just a little bit less than perfect score. But this is a very solid map in my opinion. Like I said, 4.5 out of 5. Really, really like it. And I hope you do too. And I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.